So today we're gonna rewind Hey guys, it's Suresh. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning into another video with me today. All right, so first things first, I have a blemish on my nose. Yes, I know. I have really tried to wait it out before filming, and I almost didn't film today because I was feeling really self-conscious about it. But let's just all pretend that we don't see it and move on, okay? So last week we took a look at a beautiful Integrity Toys doll named Violaine Perrin. She was from the IFDC / New Face collection from last year. She was such a beautiful doll, is such a beautiful doll. I am so in love with her. Make sure to catch her video. Go ahead and click right up here if you haven't seen that. So today we're gonna switch things up and do a Barbie review since we haven't done one in a little while. I thought it would be fun to revisit the 90s. We're gonna rewind 21 years to 1998. Wow. Yeah. We're gonna be taking a look at the beautiful Symphony in Chiffon Couture Barbie. She is from the Barbie Couture Collection, basically my middle name spelled backwards. Back in March, I reviewed Serenade in Satin, and she was so freaking beautiful. The Barbie Couture Collection had a total of 4 dolls in it. Symphony in Chiffon was the third and final doll, and there were actually 2 versions of her. There is the Caucasian version, which is what I have, and then an AA version as well. After I did my review on Serenade in Satin, so many of you DM'd me telling me to get more of the dolls and had requested this one specifically. So of the 2 remaining, this one was the most appealing to me because I love me some chiffon. I think you guys know that by now. To start things off, we see this beautiful kind of burnt yellow box, almost like a sunflower color or a soft orange. It is the gorgeous box the same type of box that we saw the other doll in. It says couture in gradiating colors here on the front, in white, cream, yellow, orange, and then down to like a beautiful hot pink. The back of the box has the same design on it. So excited. And it says exquisite evening fashions that celebrate the essence of Barbie doll glamour. Oh my God, don't we miss those days? Let's go ahead and take a look here. Oh my gosh, wow. The inside of the box lid here, can we just talk about how beautiful that is? Check out that gradient. It's like a hot pink all the way to a very light cream color. How pretty is that? Oh my God. This is when Barbie was like at her heyday. And many of you guys have also asked me recently to do more 90s Barbie reviews. And I want to, but it's the same story with me every single time, you guys. I have to stick with a theme and stay in a lane. Otherwise, I'm gonna be living in a toy shop and I really don't want that. Right when we opened the box here, the seller went ahead and put all her little paperwork up front here. We see her beautiful little booklet here. This is Symphony in Chiffon. We open that up and there is a gorgeous photo of dear Barbie. With a beautiful little story about her here. Next to that, we see her certificate of authenticity here. That is big and official, just like what we saw in Serenade in Satin and a few other dolls from the 90s. And then we also have the little mail-in postcards that we had from back in the day. I remember these very, very well. To the El Segundo, California address here. Wonderful. And then we have a little warranty card that obviously has long since expired, but lovely to have all the same. And then the goodies begin. We start with a beautiful sketch of the Barbie from good old Robert Best, of course. And how beautiful she is, huh? What a gorgeous, gorgeous drawing here. Truly in like Robert's very signature style of sketching. I adore. Here she is, ribbon completely intact. I am so excited about this. We see Symphony in Chiffon written on the box here, just like so. I mean, oh my gosh. Are we ready? So exciting. Ah, yay. Oh, you guys know I love undoing that ribbon. Okay. 1, 2, and 3. Oh my God. Oh, you guys. I am seeing so much beautiful color here. Actually, like perfect for the time of year that we're going through right now, entering fall. But look at this beautiful burnt orange skirt. I see lots and lots of this big, beautiful satin skirt here. Oh, there's a petticoat under here. Oh my God. In a beautiful kind of a soft orange, almost like an apricot color. Oh, and there's some gold trim on there. Oh, and then underneath that, I see her little gold pumps. Oh my God, cute. Oh, look at that heel. Love, love, love. And there in the back is her beautiful chiffon cape. That is, of course, what she is named for. Look at her sweet little face. Look at that 90s hairdo. Oh my goodness. Love, love. Let's go ahead and get Miss Barbie out of this box here. I'm gonna go ahead and get these metal ties here undone from underneath her hands. I'm gonna go ahead and lift this divider out just like that. Ooh, nice and heavy. And then there is Barbie sitting in her box just like so. The whole divider's point is to keep her from doing that. They don't like affix her down too much, which is great because, I mean, let's be honest, we all hate that, right? Oh, and she has little bloomers on too. Cute. She actually just kind of pops out just like so. Wow. Oh my God. Girl, I could legit hide under this skirt right here. Oh my God, wow. And there is her cape in there just like so. Wow, beautiful. Oh my God, it really is chiffon. Oh, pretty. Oh my goodness. Wow, that is a cape, honey. Yes, yes, yes. Look at how gorgeous that fabric is. Oh my God, it's like a nice tight weave. And I love Barbie from like when she would have her arms outstretched like this. Just like, come, give me a hug. Well, no, really, because I'm too glamorous. Her petticoat is like folded in because it's so big. So yeah, so that really is giving the skirt lots of volume. So maybe without the petticoat, the skirt would be a lot less big. Wow, look at the detail of this top. Oh my God. Oh wow, cool. There are, okay, so there's two little hooks here on the cape, and there are thread loops sewn into the back of her bodice here for the cape to clip into. There we go. Beautiful. And I wonder if this could even go over her head. It can. Oh, can. Look at all of this fabric. Here is Symphony in a chiffon Barbie doll, fully dressed in all of her beautiful accessories for you guys to get a closer look at. I can barely fit her here on the screen because there is so much gown here. But let's just take a look at this beautiful Mackie closed mouth face here. You guys know that's like my absolute favorite Barbie mold, and she is wearing it very, very well. In the 90s, a lot of the couture Barbies all had the Mackie face, which I think is very fitting because you wouldn't expect necessarily a big grinning face with all this fabulous couture, do you know? So there is the detail of her gorgeous top there. There are bows, there are beads, there are crystals, there are tassels, there is embroidery. I mean, it's like everything and the kitchen sink, right? There is her magnificent face, beautiful sparkling eyes. She has a headband on. She has this really cool curled updo. Wow. And then there is the hood portion of her cape there. What a pretty color that is. She has long drop earrings on as well that have like little gold and crystal detail globes on them. Cute. And then here is all of the skirt. It's in this beautiful kind of burnt orange marigold color, which I adore and love. Look at the quality of that satin. That is like, that's some good satin, kids. Has a nice like crinkle sound to it as well, which also is a nice indicator that it's a good fabric. And then when we lift up the skirt, we see her petticoat underneath that, a really big petticoat that is giving life and structure to this big skirt here. And then underneath that, we see her sweet little gold shoes, and they even have little orange stones on them. So that's really, really cute. I love that. And then when we turn her around here, we can see the fullness of that cape on. I mean, it has kind of like a Little Red Riding Hood vibe to it, but I am mad about it because it's very regal. It's big, and I think it's meant to be, it's kind of cut in this interesting pattern here, and I think that's meant to be displayed on a table and kind of just flare out just like so. You know, it has nice movement to it, as we can see. But yeah, just beautiful. Look at that ruching on the back between the hood and the fall portion of it. Just lovely. She's gorgeous. She even has a little ring on there, like all of our 90s Barbies did. She has a beautiful little manicure as well. Just lovely. Let's go ahead and take off some of her pieces here so we can get a closer look at the details. You guys know I live for that. I can't tell if there's a bit of a train to the skirt. I think there is. I mean, there kind of has to be. With this shape of a skirt, with the volume of it. So yeah, there's a little bit, it's a little bit longer here in the back. Copyright 1991 Mattel Inc. All right, so that's when her head mold is from. There is a snap closure, which we will pop right off here. And then underneath that, we see another closure there for the petticoat, also in a silver snap. Go ahead and undo that there as well. And that should give me access to the underskirt here. Yep, there we go. Ta-da! Oh my God, this is like so peaches and cream, huh? Beautiful. So there comes the skirt, just like so. Wow, so much skirt, so much skirt. Amazing, obsessed. So there she is in her little bloomers here. I mean, in a weird way, this could kind of be like a look in and of itself. So there's two closures here in the front, snap closures. I'm gonna go ahead and unsnap that. Go ahead and unsnap two, just like so. And there we are. No double-sided tape or anything like that, thank goodness. There's something about this that also is very like Marie Antoinette-esque. Wow, oh my God, you guys. It is fully double-faced and lined. Oh. Here is Symphony in the Chiffon Barbie doll in the buff so that you guys can get a look at her gorgeous little TNT body here. Let's start with the face because it is so magnificent. So beautiful with that Mackie face mold. Big lot of auburn hair here that is curled up into an updo. It is secured in place with a fuchsia pink hairband there. I believe it is removable if I wanted it to be, but it is tacked into place just like so there, and then here on the side as well. Not gonna bother taking that off because I just have no need to. We see a side part underneath that on her right side over her sweet little face here. Beautiful soft makeup, very much in the line of what we see a lot of these Barbies from the 90s had. Long lashes, muted neutral makeup, thin eyebrows because that was the trend du jour. She has like a gorgeous, like a pinky sort of reddish stained lip there. She of course has her little signature smirk, sparkling green eyes that are so beautiful and a lovely complement to her hair and all the coloring of her clothes, and a little flush of blush there as well. She has long dangling drop earrings here that are really pretty with a gold stud, and then a little gold and crystal globe there at the end. So cute, love that. Scrolling down, she has a TNT body here, of course, very similar to our silkstone bodies actually. She has a gorgeous, sweet little manicure there in the same shade of pinky red that her lips are in. And there on her right hand, she has a gold ring just like so that is coming out through the other side. This is like one of my favorite things about 90s Barbies. That's kind of really when I started to get into her. And I just remember they all had this arm configuration of like this slightly bent arms and the ring. That was like when you knew that it was like a bougie posh Barbie, right? Without the weird straight hands from like the quote unquote play line. And then down here are her itty bitty little feet, no pedicure. And then almost like the indentation of a foot, but not really even a foot, right? These were the days of like these kind of nubby feet. I left one of the shoes on so that you can see it on her foot. It's a very interesting, indeed a very like Marie Antoinette style of shoe. It's a very much of like a court shoe, truly. A pump, but truly a court shoe, because look at the shape of that heel, right? Very Parisian indeed. And then there is also a little orange stone there with a little bit of like a flower embossing on the front toe cap area. So yeah, a very interesting little shoe indeed. I feel like it makes it more of like a costume though. I would have preferred to see kind of like a conventional or traditional pump or a slingback or something like that, but all the same, not complaining at all, just saying is all. And then there are her sweet little bloomers. They're in that same beautiful silk shantung fabric, which I think is such a nice choice for this entire ensemble. The fact that she has silk shantung undies on, or little bloomers, definitely makes her haute couture, because this is not underwear fabric. And then here she is from the back. We can see the back portion of her updo and her sweet little indentations on her back there, her itty bitty waist, and yeah, her legs. Now these are the legs that click back and forth, like they click back just like so. So yeah, definitely very 90s. Our Serenade and Satin Barbie had the exact same body and exact same face, exact same arm configuration. So yeah, this again was a hallmark of 90s couture and designer dolls. Here is her magnificent top, and I mean, on its own, it definitely does have more of a costume vibe to it than evening wear. But all the same, if we were to go back in time a few hundred years, this would in fact very much be acceptable evening wear. It's really, really beautifully made, you guys. Like, this is like what I am used to, and I wish we could see more of in the Barbie world. But just look at that embroidery, so neatly done. We see lots of beautiful gold metallic threaded embroidery there, and it's filled in with just more of that embroidery, which is magnificent. Check out the buttons in the front. They are big, beautiful, clear crystals, faceted with like a goldish hardware, brass kind of hardware. And then we see a bow here at the waist, right above the peplum portion here. And then there is some tassel detail here in a really lovely gold tassel. There's 3 of them. And then kind of 3 strings of this beaded accoutrement, shall we say. Just lovely. And then on her shoulders, there are little bows as well with little beads, orange kind of marigoldish beads sprouting out of that. So definitely like more is more. She's not holding back. And then there is more of that embroidery here on the peplum portion, along with kind of like yellowy gold marigoldish stones. So white stones up here, and then we actually see 2 of that marigold stone right there. I think they're meant to look like topaz actually, and then we see smaller stones there as well, kind of strewn around here and there. There's another small stone right there. Just pretty, just lovely. And then we see actually little stones here on the sleeves as well. Cute. So they're kind of like hiding, I feel like, because they blend into the embroidery so well. And then when the light hits them, you're thinking like, oh, where did that come from? And then in the back, there is no embroidery, but we do see all the tailoring detail there. It's a princess paneled top. So it's made to fit her nice and snugly here at the waist, which of course you guys know by now if you watched enough of my videos. Princess paneling gives us that ability to really nip here at the waist. It gets us really close to the body, creates that nice curvature here. Let's go ahead and take a look inside here. So voila. In case any of you thought that Mattel and Barbie were incapable of doing beautiful couture on par with integrity, well, guess what? You were wrong. This is what we used to have in the 90s. Yeah, before it all fell apart to the fashionistas. Not that I'm talking crap about fashionistas, but still. Her sleeves are fully lined, by the way. Yep, fully lined, as you can see there. The lining fabric is a very, very soft silk. I don't think it's the same shantung, but I think it might be actually. And it feels almost like quilted, like it feels quilted, padded. There might be a little bit of like an interfacing in between to kind of give it a little bit of rigidity and structure so that it truly kind of stands there on its own. It's beautiful. I mean, look at that. look at that. Look at the seam up here. Look at these seams and how neatly they're done. Look at the seam underneath the armhole there. Look how beautiful that bow detail is. I mean, there are darts everywhere to kind of create lots of volume and shape here. This is truly, truly couture. Like, I am so happy that they put so much work into this, because if you were paying original price for this back in the 90s, that was expensive, you know? And you would not have wanted to take her out and see what we see today, which is like unfinished backs, no detail, everything's just kind of slopped together, and they hope that we just keep it in the box. Here is her luscious, luscious, big, voluminous satin skirt. There is just so much fabric here. It's delicious. So there you can see without the petticoat underneath, it kind of collapses a bit more closer to the body. Just magnificent. Just yummy, yummy, yummy. Kind of like a pumpkinish color, actually. Marigold is kind of what we would call this, or like a burnt orange. Check out the quality of that fabric. It is a nice tight weave satin with a beautiful crisp sheen to it. Has a very soft feel, which I just am adoring so much. There is a set-in waistband here that sits directly at her waist and flares out just a little bit below the waist, and the skirt starts from there. This, of course, gives her the ability to have that really fitted top and not have too much bulk there at the waist. When we turn it around, we see all the gathers here around the waist of this skirt portion attaching itself to the waistband. One silver snap there in the back, and then we see the seam running all the way down center back here. If we open up the panel, we see that it's actually one big sheet of fabric that is sewn there at the back. So almost a bit of like a DIRNDL pattern. And then we do see that there is a little bit of length here in the back portion. We of course see her beautiful Barbie Collectibles tag there. Oh, nostalgia. And then the whole skirt is actually lined in this really beautiful soft netting fabric. This of course is a popular design trick used to line a lot of ball skirts and ball gowns, and what it's doing is it's creating a little bit of rigidity because the netting is not super thin, but it's also giving the fabric a little bit more life. It's making sure that it stays kind of nice and, you know, flared out. And that netting also is like in a very soft kind of an apricot-y orangey color. Look how beautifully it's affixed to the satin. Really, really nicely done here. Wow, that is a beautiful hemline, you guys. Gorgeous. And what it's also doing is pulling in that hem, so when we look at the skirt from the outside, we don't see a hemline, you see? So basically it's like adding lining without adding bulk is basically what, you know, this type of lining does. So yeah, we see that seam going down the back there. And what a beautiful little piece. Like, I love this so much. Here is her beautiful orange and gold trimmed petticoat. This is, of course, what gives the skirt lots of volume. It is designed and made in very much of a traditional petticoat style. We see a separate little waist portion here, a waistband, and then from there, the skirt fullness kind of flares out and begins. Here at the bottom, we see a row of ruffles here. This kind of is very much what gives that voluminousness, right? Because if all of this was super chunky, then her dress would kind of like just be out to like here and it wouldn't even fall down. So this enables the dress or the skirt to kind of fall over this, and then the little ruffle detail here ensures that the bottom kind of, or the edge kind of flips out a little bit and doesn't kind of curl in, right? So I love that it's trimmed in this gold metallic thread here, very similar to the embroidery on her top. What a beautiful little piece. Again, this reminds me very much of like peaches and cream themed, which I love. I think we all do. It's all the same length, just like so. So nothing, and petticoats generally don't need to vary in length unless the gown has like a severe variation in the hemline, but it's held together with one silver snap here and yellowish kind of soft orange threading. Lovely, lovely. I love this. This is like a nice stiff tulle that is definitely made for these types of garments. There are obviously a million different weights of tulle, like there are in most fabrics. This tulle, which is also I think called netting from time to time, my mom would call this netting and not tulle, but it's made specifically for petticoats and crinolines, and it has this very kind of stiff paper-like feeling to it. But you can also see that the weave on it is quite large, so you can see kind of through it relatively easily. But yeah, very true to what an haute couture petticoat would be. Here is her magnificent, really big orange chiffon cape. It's a hooded cape. It is a lot of fabric here. I mean, look at that. Wow. Beautiful. So it's basically one big panel of fabric here. It looks like it's one big circle pattern. Yep. That's then cut down the center here. And then there's been a little bit of fabric left here at the top to create the hood. Just such an interesting piece. Like even this just by itself, like with a really, you know, beautiful bra panty set would just be so cool in and of itself. This of course is the namesake piece of the entire collection. It's a really, really soft chiffon. It feels like, you know, like a standard issue polyester blend chiffon, but not like cheapy. It doesn't feel cheapy. It actually feels really nice. Silk chiffon would have been much daintier and probably harder to handle. It of course is trimmed in this beautiful metallic gold thread as well, with that kind of serge-like stitch there at the bottom. Beautiful. This is like my favorite way to finish off chiffon actually. It's quite easy to do, and it creates that little bit of like gentle kind of wave pucker that I love so much. And yeah, it goes all the way around up through the hood portion here, and then it's ruched here at her neckline, and then we see two silver hooks there that, let me grab the top so I can show you, actually affix right there on her top. So just like so, we take one and put it in right here, and we take the other side and put it in right, and they're like nice thread loops too. They're not like cheapy thread loops, like very much integrity quality. So there we go. It's almost like she is a she's a couture superhero. So this little hood portion could just be like that, or it can, you know, go over her hair like how I had it earlier. But yeah, what a beautiful piece. Like it also has a very interesting hemline here, and I think that's because of the way the fabric has settled maybe, and then also to accommodate for her kind of swinging it over her ball skirt when we display it on the table. But yeah, what a beautiful piece. I love. Here is her sweet little pump up close so that you guys can see it. The insole, outsole, heel, everything is all this kind of gold plated plastic here. It's that very lightweight plastic that I think we saw a lot of Barbie paraphernalia and accessories being made in the 90s. I think it might even still be in use now, but just a very interesting shoe. Like this very much gives it a more period look, AKA maybe a more costume look. So I don't know, like I like it and it's cool and it's different, but I do wish that she had like a more, you know, traditional gold pump maybe. But anyway, all the same, I'm enjoying the difference that we are seeing here from traditional shoes. There is the front. We see a beautiful little beaded flower with an orange stone there in the center. I think all the orange stones are meant to be like topaz, by the way. And then there is a little signature B on the insole, printed on the insole. And yeah, so there we have it, guys. This is the gorgeous Symphony in Chiffon Couture Barbie doll from the Barbie Couture Collection of 1998. She is just truly, truly exquisite. Very couture indeed. Haute couture, darling, actually. If you are into 90s Barbies, if you are into the excess of 90s Barbie, and you are into beautiful evening wear, she is definitely a doll that you should have. I'm very excited to display her next to Serenade in Satin. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope that you learned something. Please be sure to give it a big thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Make sure to hit that little bell icon after you subscribe. That way you'll be notified every Thursday when I upload a new video. Follow me on Instagram. I'm at SureshNY. That's generally where I post all my updates. And until I see you guys again, Barbie and I are heading on over to the W Hotel Ballroom. There is a magnificent gala going on there for some very special friends of ours. Barbie, of course, is the guest of honor, duh. And I'm just gonna be gliding along here behind on her magnificent mile-long cape. Wherever you guys are, I hope you're having a fantastic day. Big hugs and kisses from me and Barbie here in Seattle. Mwah! And I'll see you guys again next Thursday for another video, okay? Bye.